Hello everybody and welcome back. Right, so today's challenge is the corners, and then once we've sorted the row with the two corners, one at either end, it's easy from that point on. We will be reducing at the start of each row, and that will bring in our blanket on the sides and along the top. Okay, so from this point on, it's one less square each round. Right, so let's get on with it. Right, so here we go, ready for decreasing. Now, normally we would chain up at this point to make our next row, but we don't do that this time. We turn our work, and then into the top of our chain 2 stitches, we are going to add a slip stitch, and you will be doing 3 slip stitches along this section here. So the first one comes in here. Yep. I'll show you again. So the first one is to go in that stitch there. The second in the top of that chain 2 there. Right, so this is how your work will be sitting on its hook. So what we're going to be doing is turning our little square over, and in the top of these 3 stitches here we are going to place a slip stitch. And just like that. Okay, so that's just 3 slip stitches coming along the side of your work. Now you chain up 2, and this is where we build our box as near normal. What I like to do is I place my first stitch into the same place as my chain, and then my second and third goes around the chain 2 section, just like that. Okay, so I still have my chain 2 and my 3 double crochets. Right, so let me show you that again. We turn our work, we place a slip stitch in the same place as your chain, and then another slip stitch in the top of the double crochet, and your final slip stitch in the top there. Now we chain 2 and place our first double crochet in the same place as the chain, and then we place a further 2 double crochets around the chain. Okay, so that will give you a nice square edge to work from when you put your border on. And then now we just carry on doing our box counts as normal until we get to the bottom, and when we get to the bottom I will meet you back there and show you how to do the last decrease on this row. Right, so working from the bottom to the top, we are going to do 9 white, 1 black, 2 light blue, 2 black, 16 light brown. Then we have a bit of a fiddly bit. We have 1 black, 1 white, adding it in, 1 black, 1 light brown, 1 black, add it in, 2 white, 1 black, 4 brown, 2 white, 4 brown, 1 black, and meet me here. So let me say those box counts again for you. That is 9 white, 1 black, 2 light blue, 2 black, 16 light brown, 1 black, 1 white, 1 black, 1 light brown, 1 black, 2 white, 1 black, 4 dark brown, 2 white, 4 dark brown, 1 black, and meet me at the end for your white. Right, so for my last section on this blanket, I need to do 3 white blocks. So I thought you may as well work along with me on these last 3. And then when we get to the end of the third, I can show you how to set up, decrease and set up for the next row. Right, now we are coming on to our last block for this row. Now it's going to look a little alien to you because you're so used to working on past the next block, but we're not going to do that. Make sure that you have the right amount of blocks for your project, and then a slip stitch as normal into that block, but don't work any further. Okay, at this point we are going to turn our work. We are going to slip stitch in to the top of the double crochets. There should be 3 of them there, so 3 double crochets. Now to work on going back the other way, we just chain 2, pop our double crochet into the same place, or our first double crochet, sorry, into the same place as your chain, and then 2 double crochets around the normal, then 2 double crochets around your chain 2, and now you're already complete. And now you've already completed the first block on your next row. Let's get on with the next row of the pattern. Right, so here we are back for row 55. Now with row 55 you're working down your work. You will need 1, 2 new balls of black. Right, so starting from the top, you will need 3 white, 4 dark brown, 1 black, 1 white, 1 black, 3 dark brown, 1 black, 2 white, 1 black, 2 light brown, 2 white, 1 black, 11 light brown, 3 black, 3 light brown, 1 black, 2 light blue, and finish up with 9 white. Right, welcome back everybody. This is row 56. Now for row 56 you are working up your work. You will need another white, another baby brown, light brown, sorry. We will be cutting off this white, which is where the eye is, and also removing one of the blacks. Right, so your box count for this one is 8 white, that's down here, sorry, 8 white, 1 black, 2 light blue, 2 light brown, 2 black, 2 white, 11 light brown, 4 black, 2 light brown, 3 white, 1 black, 3 dark brown, 1 black, 1 white, 4 dark brown, 1 black, and ending on 2 white. Yay! Right, so here we are back for row 57. Now with row 57 you are going to be working down your work. You are going to need to do 2 white, 1 black, 3 dark brown, 1 black, 1 white, 3 dark brown, 1 black, 3 white, 1 black, 2 light brown, 2 black, 1 light brown, 1 black, 4 light brown, 3 black, 3 light brown, 1 black, 3 white, 1 black, 1 light brown, 1 black, 1 light blue, 1 black, and finish up with 8 white. At this point you can cut off that blue, you no longer need it. Right, so here we are back for row 58. Now with row 58 you are working up your work. You are going to need to do 8 white, 4 black, 4 white, 3 light brown, 1 black, 6 light brown, 1 black, 6 light brown, 4 white, 1 black, 2 dark brown, 1 black, 1 white, 1 black, 2 dark brown, 1 black, and end with 2 white. Right, so here we are back for row 59. Now with row 59 you are working down your work. Okay, you are going to need to do 2 white, 1 black, 1 dark brown, 1 black, 2 white, 1 black, 1 brown, 1 black, 4 white, 1 black, 6 light brown, 1 black, 3 light brown, 1 black, 5 light brown, 1 black, and then finish up with 15 white. Right, also you will be able to cut off 2 blacks at the bottom and 1 of your whites. Keep them to one side because you're bound to use them further along in the project. Right, so welcome back to row 60. Right, from this point on I can start showing you the top half of the pattern, as we are now solely working on the right or left side of the head, and we'll be moving up to then incorporate the antler a bit further on. Right, your box counts for this row are starting from the bottom and working your way up to the top. You will do 15 white, 1 black, 2 light brown, 3 black, 3 light brown, 1 black, 7 light brown, 5 white, 2 black, 3 white, 2 black, and end with 2 white. So with this row we are getting rid of some balls of yarn, but hold on to them, put them to one side because they will be coming back into play for the antler on the other side. So let's start from the bottom. You can get rid of 1 of your balls of beige, your light brown, 1 of your black, that's up here by the nasal area. Then we have a black and a brown on your antler, and a secondary black and brown on the second part of your antler. Hello everybody and welcome back to row 61. I love row 61. Right, for row 61 you will be working down your work. You will be doing your box counts. 13 white, 1 black, 7 light brown, 2 black, 6 light brown, 1 black, and then finish it up with 15 white. Right, so here we are for row 62. Now with row 62, again, it's another nice row. There is no adding and no taking away of yarns on this one. Right, so you are working from the bottom to the top. You are going to need to do 15 white, 1 black, 4 light brown, 3 black, 7 light brown, and then finish off with 13 white. I am now going to head off and sew in some ends because in a couple of rows time we are going to start adding more yarn balls in again. So this is quite a nice time to do it, nice and relaxed, and there shouldn't be too many. Fingers crossed. Right, I will see you all back here shortly for row 63. Hello and welcome back to row 63. Now with row 63 you are working down your work. You are going to need to do 12 white, 1 black, 6 light brown, 1 black, add in a white, do 1 white, add in a black, do 5 black. At this point cut off your brown and move it down for 1 brown. And then we will do 1 black and you'll finish up with 15 white. Right, hello, welcome back to row 64. Now with row 64 you are working up your work. You will need to do 15 white, and cut off the brown, cut off one of the blacks, and you'll do 2 blacks, 3 white, add in a black and do 1 black, then do 1 white, 1 black, 6 light brown, 1 more black, and finish up with 12 white. Right, so here we are back for row 65. Right, so for row 65 you are working down your work. You are going to need to do 12 white, 1 black, 5 light brown, 1 black, 1 white, 1 black, 3 light brown, 1 black, and end with 16 white. Hello and welcome back to row 66. Now with row 66 we are working up our work. We will be removing the white and 1 black when we get to it. So let's do our box count for this row. It is 16 white, 2 black, 2 light brown, 2 black, 5 light brown, 1 black, and then finish off with 12 white. I love these rows. Right, so here we are back with row 67. Now with row 67 you'll be cutting off the black that's around the eye, and you will find that you have 2 working yarns for this one row, so cut off one of your light brown when you get past it. Right, so our box count for this row is, working from the top down, it is 12 white, 1 black, 8 light brown, 2 black, and then 16 white. Nice and easy. See you in a bit for row 68. Right, so here we are for row 68. Now with row 68 we are starting to add in our second antler. Okay, so you are going to need to have to hand another dark brown and another black. Right, you're working from the bottom to the top. Sorry, I forgot where I was then. Right, so you are working from the bottom to the top. You will need to do a 15 white, 1 black, 1 dark brown, 1 black. Then we will be adding in 7 light brown, 1 black, and ending with 12 white. Right, so here we are back for row 69. Boop, boop, nearly there. Not. Right, so our box count for this one is, working down your project, 12 white, 1 black, 6 light brown, 1 black, 2 dark brown, 1 black, and finish up with 14 white. Right, so here we are back for row 70. Now with this one you are working up your work. You are going to need to do 13 white, 1 black, 3 dark brown, 2 black, 4 light brown, 1 black, and finish it off with 12 white. Right, so here we are back with a row 71. Now with row 71 we are no longer doing our light brown. So once you have worked your squares past that, you can cut that off and put it away, put it to one side, put it in your scrap bin or whatever. That is it, and no more light brown. Right, so for this row you are going to need to be working from the top down. You will do 12 white, then you will do 5 black, add in a white and do 1 white, then do 4 dark brown, 1 black, and finish off with 12 white. You will also have a black to cut off as well. Right, so here we are at row 72. Now with row 72 you're going to be working up your work. When you get to about here you will find that you have now got 2 lots of white. Cut one of those off and carry on up with your chosen ball. Right, so our box counts for this one are 11 white, 1 black, 4 dark brown, 1 black, and then 17 white. Now right, so here we are back for row 74. Now with this one you are working up your work. You are going to need to do 9 white, 1 black, 4 dark brown, 1 black, and then finish up with 17 white. Right, here we are for row 75, a really nice, a really simple one. This one, it is worked from the top down to the bottom. You're going to need to do 17 white, bring up your black, do 5 dark brown, bring up your black, and finish off with 9 white. Here we are back for row 76. For this one you are working up your work. You will need to do 8 white, 1 black, 4 dark brown, 1 black, and finish it off with 14 white. Here we are back for row 77. So for this one you are working down your work. You will need to do a 13 white, 3 black, 5 brown, bring up your black, and then finish off with 8 white. Back for row 78. Right, for this one you are working up your work. You are going to need to do 7 white, 1 black, 7 dark brown, 1 black, and 12 white. Right, so it looks like this is it for me for today. I have a guest appearance from Pipsqueak who absolutely and utterly decided I'm not getting off the blanket. Not at all. She is an absolute and utter toe rag. Can you get off the blanket, woman? Get off. Get off. Right, so here we are back for row 79. Now with this one you are working down your work. You will need 11 white, 1 black, 8 dark brown, 1 black, and end with 7 white. Right, so here we are back for row 80. Yes, it looks a little bit strange up this end because that's row 81 started. I forgot to record. I just span it and carried on. Bad me. Right, but anyway, let's get on to your box count for row 80. Now this is worked from the bottom to the top. You will need to do 6 white, 1 black, 8 dark brown, 1 black, and end with 10 white. Right, so here we are back for row 81. Now with row 81 you're working down your work. You are going to need to do a 9 white, 1 black, 8 dark brown, 1 black, and finish off with 6 white. Right, so now we are on to a row 83. For this one you are working down your work. You will need to do 8 white, bring up your black, do 9 dark brown, 1 black, and finish up with 5 white. Right, so here we are back for row 84. For this one you are working up your work. You will need to do 5 white, bring up your black, 9 dark brown, 1 black, and finish off with 7 white. Right, so here we are back for row 85. Now with this one you are going to need another brown and another black. Sorry to do it to you, but here we go. We are adding and working on making the shape now for the antler. Right, so your box count for this one is working from the top to the bottom. You are going to need to do 7 white, 1 black, 1 brown, add in your black, do 2 black, add in a brown, and do 5 brown, then do 1 black, and finish it off with 4 white. Here we are back for row 86. Now with row 86 you will be working up your work. You are going to need to do 4 whites, 5 dark brown, 1 black, add in a white, do 1 white, bring your colour down and do 2 black, and then end it up with 7 white. At this point we can cut off this dark brown here as we no longer need it, but you may end up keeping it to one side because as you can see you may end up using it anyway. Right, so here we are back for row 87. Now with row 87 you are working down your work. You are going to need to do a 10 white, bring up your black, do a 5 dark brown, then a black, and then end up with 3 white. At this point you will come across a white and a black that you can cut off. Keep those to one side because you never know, you might need them for an infill somewhere further along. Right, let's get on with the next row. Right, so here we are back for row 88. Now with this one you are working up your work. You are going to need to do 3 white, bring up your black, 5 dark brown, 1 black, and finish it off with 9 white. Here we are back for row 89. So for this one you are working down your work. You will need to do 6 white, 3 black, 5 dark brown, 1 black, and end with 2 white. Right, so here we are back for row 90. Now with row 90 you're going to work up your work. You are going to need to do 2 white, 1 black, 7 dark brown, 1 black, and end up with 5 white. Right, so here we are back for row 91. With row 91 you are working down your work. You will need 4 white, 1 black, 7 dark brown, 1 black, and 2 white. Right, so here we are back with a row 92. With row 92, you're working up your work. You're going to need a 2 white, 1 black, 7 brown, 1 black and 3 white. Right, so here we are for row 93. With row 93, we're working down our work. You are going to need to do 3 white, bring up your black, 7 brown, 1 black and 2 white. Right, so here we are for row 94. Now with row 94, you're working up your work. You are going to need to do 2 white, 1 black, 6 brown, 1 black and 2 white. Right, so here we are back for row 95. Now with this one, you are working down your work. You will need 2 white, 1 black, 5 brown, 1 black and end up with 2 white. Right, so here we are for row 96. Now with row 96, you're working up your work. You're gonna need a 2 white, 1 black, 4 brown, 1 black and 2 white. Right, so here we are back for row 97. Now with row 97, you are working down your work. You are going to need to do 2 white, 1 black, 2 brown, 2 black and 2 white. Right, so here we are back on row 98. So with row 98, you are going to be working up your work. Okay, and you are going to need to do 3 white, 3 black and 2 white. At this point, you can cut off a brown, you can cut off your black, and if you're really daring, you can cut off this last one. Because from this point on, all the way to the end, it is white, just white. So have fun with working on your white, and I will see you when you get to the end. Right, so here we are, finishing up our very last square. So you pop your slip stitch in as normal, then you turn your work. Right, so we will then slip stitch up the side of our work as we would normally do. But instead of course, chaining 2 and carrying on, what we're going to do is we are going to chain 2, pull through your yarn, and then squidge that down to create your knot. Just like that. Okay, now it's a case of sewing in all those pesky ends, and then meet me back here and I will show you how to do the first row of your border, which will mean then that when you finish that, you can go off and create your own style of border. Right, I will see you shortly. Right, so I am now going to show you how to add in the border. Now, I would suggest that you do this with white or whatever colour the last row of your blocks are. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to pop a slip stitch onto your hook. I should explain, I'm using bright blue, or I'm using a blue, so it's clearer for you to see. Okay, once I've done the video, I'm stripping it back and I'm going back to doing it all in white. Right, so now we are going to do a single crochet into that first stitch, or should I say around the first stitch. Now all the way through this, we will not be working into any of the spaces that we've made working along the top. We are going to be working around the stitches. Okay, so within each box here, you'll see you've got a gap of 2 on the ones that are going downwards, or diagonal, horizontally, that's the right word. Right, so on the boxes where the stitches are going horizontally, you want to place in 2 single crochets. Okay, 1 between each stitch, just like that. All right, then we will place a 1 stitch in the gap between the 2 boxes. Now onto the next box along. Okay, we have the chain here. So around this chain you are going to place 2 single crochets, and then place another crochet, single crochet between the next block, between that block and the next one. Right, so it doesn't matter which way around the block is going, you will only ever add 2 single crochets, and then between the blocks it is 1 single crochet, and then of course on the next block it is 2 double crochets again, followed by 1 between. Now you work this pattern all the way along. Okay, so that's 2 in the block and 1 between, which makes your block count then 3 stitches for each block that you have. This makes it easier when working out how to choose your border, or which border pattern you plan to use. Now the only difference is when we get to the corner. Right, now here is the funny section. This is the corner. What you want to do is ensure that you have your 2 normal stitches. Okay, now we're going to have to add in another stitch, followed by a chain 1 and a stitch, all into the same area there. So on your corner section you will have the chain 1, the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Okay, and then we want to make sure that we have another stitch running along the side there, and then 1 into the middle. Right, so once completed, have a look at it, and you should have the stitch between the last block and the corner. Then you will have 2 stitches. Right, and then you have a stitch, a chain and a stitch on the corner, right on the edge of the corner, and then 2 more stitches coming along the next side, and then 1 for the middle. So if you think about it and break it down, right, so breaking it down, it is identical to this block here for the most part, and then we've just got that one little section here, which is the stitch, the chain 1 and the stitch. Okay, that's different. That is the only section, that little bit there, that you put in the corner stitch of the block. Okay, or as close to the corner as possible. In my case I couldn't find it, so I just rammed it in there along with the other 2. I hope that makes sense to you. And then all we do is we carry the pattern on down, and we do exactly the same for the corners for each of your other 3 corners that you haven't done yet. Right, so now we are coming up on the join. I will just finish these blocks off quickly. As you can see, I am slightly cheating. I've just rejoined the yarn there so that I can show you this very, very quickly. Right, so we have the stitch between our blocks. Now I'm on a chain section here, so it's 2 around the chain, and of course we've already got the stitch between our blocks there. So you just go in to the stitch, the very first one, and you slip stitch it closed, and that is it, all done and dusted. And then you can move up and work on whatever style of border you would like to do. All right, so have fun creating your borders. I cannot wait to see what you come up with. So remember, once you're finished and you're all chuffed and happy with your blanket, send me a picture. I will absolutely show them off, and I cannot wait to see them. All right, so ta-ra for now. Have fun.